All right, this is going to be a video on, well, continuation from the last one. Console, VTY, SSH, Telnet, HTTP, SCP. All right, so first thing is, let's do show run pipe section line. Got an exact timeout set. Right here, this is the minutes. This is the seconds. Just like with hello and hold times, you can make a bit of a mess if those aren't configured correctly. And then show run pipe section line. All right. Well, we're not too worried about R2. So let's see if we have any access lists. We do. Show. Okay, so NAT's configured on gig 0/0, so that's our outside interface. And our inside interface would be gig 0/1. Cool. Just all connected and locals. We got nothing running. All right. So let's see. We want to check out is it is. And so prerequisites for that, we can just run through it again. So, username, Bob, Priv, 15, secret, Cisco 123, right? Control A. All right. And then we need a domain name. We've got our host name. That has to be there too. And then we do our crypto key generate RSA. Yes. We want it above 768 so we can have version 2. And of course the default is to go to version 1.99, which is version 1 and 2. All right, cool. And then so let's apply that access list to our VTY line. So that'd be line VTY 04. If you ever wondered, you could just, yeah. All right, and so access class 1 in. Now show IP access lists. And the only addresses permitted are 10.0.0.2 and 192.168.2.15. And it means that. So if we go, yeah, so what's on that access list is the only ones permitted to access to that method. So like to verify, let's always verify. If we do SSH-L 10.0.0.1 password. Yep, we're on the list, so we get to get in there. All right, cool. So that, because Telnet doesn't need anything, we went over that in the last video. It just needs the login and password. SSH requires username and password, and the login local command configured on the lines, IP domain name, host name, and of course key generated. And we have our access list. Cool. And then let's say we wanted to do some, quickest one would be TFTP. So let's see, it'd be conft TFTP server /0:10. And then we don't need to designate us. Well, I can just show that, just source interface gig0/1. Oh, OP TFTP source base gig0/1. All right, cool. And then so we've got verify shall run pipe section TFTP. Awesome. So we should be able to, if we go here, say copy TFTP : whack whack 10.0.0.1/10 to our flash 0:10. Yep, yep. Yay! We did it. We did it, everybody. All right, and so we can get it there. So it's acting as a server, which is in limited capacity. Honestly, I wouldn't really. It's like it's really handy if you need to get config files or anything there. I ran into like a weird issue with an ASA not allowing it, but I don't know. A lot of times it'll be fine. All right, and so let's see if we can send one. So we're gonna copy our run to TFTP, right? Which let me running config to our TFTP, right? So we need 2.14. There are lots of TFTP. I did a blog post and then left some links at the bottom where there are plenty of resources for TFTP. We'll just name it anything, 55. Yay, we did it. Cool. Always check your source interface, and then like right here, we go to this one, and then that's a lot to go through. Let's just go through this other one. This one, you can just scroll right up. Look at that, TFTP. It's got it right there for us. Of course, everything is in clear text. So, yeah, we get to see everything that was transferred. If you just go here, follow right there. That's what was passed on. It's just, run a config. So, it's not something you want to use on an outside interface. It's something you want to use inside. Close that. All right, cool. Let's get back to what we were doing. Awesome. So there's our TFTP. All right, FTP should be pretty simple. We should just here IP FTP username. It should be FTP user. IP FTP password. I think it was just that, right? And then so I should copy run FTP. Okay, 192.168.2.17. I don't know. 7. Yeah, and that's literally it for the FTP. That's as far as we go with that. As far as our device is concerned, as far as setting up the server, it's, it's not difficult. There's plenty. In fact, I'll probably do um, a couple of videos on setting up. A lot of I like Ubuntu server 20.04, I think is right now. I've been using that, so they're pretty good. They don't use no GUI, so they don't use a lot of resources. So it's great if you are, especially if you got like your Hyper-V server or whichever server you're using, whichever hypervisor you're using, and you want to not overburden it. All right, so then the next one would be SCP, which I believe I need to make an adjustment because last time, let's see, because I know copy should be copy run. No, I want to copy from NSP. Let's see, which server? Which one? Which one of you Which one of you guys? Was it you? No? So then I guess we'll just go ahead and create. So, no. No. Oh, whoops. Yay. Okay, cool. And also, let's see. So we need to copy SCP here, whack whack, user, then no, at address, then directory, to flash 0. Undefined error, so no matching algorithm. All right, cool. I think I have, hopefully this works. All right, so let's go sudo v slash etc sh slash fig. Oh, that's not good. Let's do sudo ls. Yeah, all this. Cool. Wait, hold on. What happens if we? Oh, different address. What address did I allow? 15? You're not 15. Let's see, 15. Yeah, so if I. What was that error? So no matching 5%. Client 120 AAS 128 CBC. We don't have that one? T IP SSH context. Server algorithm. Oh. Yeah, can't we use? Uh, Wait. Okay, we got that far. So what happens if I go ahead and, oh wait, yes, our file. What are we doing? So, oh, it's right there. Nice. So if we copy SCP, whack whack, at, and still no. All right, so rule number one, let's make sure. Oh, yeah, that's on. Cool. And then so do show like section user privilege 15. Wait, so do show pipe section SCP. Yeah, and SCP server enabled. Hmm. Let me make sure I'm not missing something. So what if we do AAA authorization? Should be exec. Yep. Default local if no do show run pipe section AAA. Okay, now let's try this again. Oi, there we go. That was all right. So is that real? Is this real? Is this real this time, guys? All right. More no 0:22. Hey, we found them. Woo! All right. That was a road, but I mean that's good notes to have though. It's like, hey, all those things need to be in line. So for SCP, you need besides just username, privilege level 15. Also, your SSH has to be enabled. AAA new model, AAA authentication, AAA authorization, and the IP SCP server enable command also. So we're not. There's a checklist for that. Pipe include SCP, SSH, triple A. I think I did that wrong. Okay. So AAA new model, AAA authentication, AAA authorization, IP SSH server, IP SCP enable. Cool. And of course, we had our crypto key generate and everything. That's the first things. That's like the first things you immediately would set up. So we got our SAP. Um, weren't able to get it the other way though. That was weird. So copy SCP whack whack 192.168.2.15. No, this is completely wrong. Username at 192.168.2.15. slash home slash 22. So it won't allow us to do it for us to receive from. We can receive the file, but which is fine. So that's fine. We realize that that's a limitation for this, which is fine. All right, so that's SCP. We did FTP, and I believe the last one would be HTTP. So CompT, and then so IP, HTTP, context. No, because I typed too many. There we go. HTTP server, HTTP client. Okay, username. Bob. HTTP client. Okay, password. 23. HTTP. Oh, path. I believe that's right. We'll find we'll find out together. All right, so we're not putting an access class, which we can. So it would be IP HTTP. I don't know why. Where am I getting that? So access class 1. All right, and then we're not going to change the port. So it should be one last thing. Authentication. The HTTP authentication local. So do show control plane host open ports. Right there for, so we got our, yeah, Lily says it right on the side. Thank you very much. We got our TFTP, HTTP, and our SSH, and of course Telnet. So we've got that. So I think, where are you at? Oh, so we should copy HTTP. URL will be 10.0.0.1. I should have this by now. I should I should know what this looks like. I should have this. Okay, so because we embedded the username and password, so then it should be no. Yeah, because we just put a path. So 0, 22. Oh, permission denied. Oh, because I didn't embed them on this side. Oh, come on, man. You're better than this, aren't you? I thought you were. Alright, so user would be Bob 23 at oh whoops. Did I do that? I did that. So that should have been yeah. And then we just boom. Awesome. And not even gonna do HTTPS because can't get past the error that happens with that. Why it shows up like that? I spent too much time on it, and it's one of those things where you just gotta cut your losses and move on. Like just to show the config, it's just comp t maybe cp. Is it server secure? I think it's secure server. Makes a trust point cool, and then we do our do show control plane hosts open ports. Listen on 443. But as soon as I go and let's say here, and then so we just alter this, just put that S. Yeah, and I've keep looking into it. I checked the Cisco docs. I couldn't find anything on it. So it's beat me for a while. And I have me down for a while, but I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. We'll get there. And then actually, I'm wrong. There's one more thing. So as we saw from this server, so we came over here, we SSH -L Bob 192.168.2.62. We get a prompt. So cool. We don't want that anymore. In fact, this is on the outside of our network, and we're tired of that. We're not liking, somebody on the outside just, hey, you're over here, all that. Someone that we don't want any of that right now. We're closing it off until we get everything sorted out. And I just remember I don't think this has that functionality. So control plane host. Nope, it doesn't. Well, that's what you would normally do what we're about to show, but can't. So just like for it, you would go to, you'd have your managed plane protection, control plane host, and you dictate the management interface. I'll put an article, not an article, but a blog post I did about it in the description, and I show through my other router that how you can restrict it, and yeah. But anyways, that's the end of this one, and I'll see you in the next one, which will be about SNMP.